contractors. My former professional life, running a big R&D operation in the hydrocarbon processing industry, was well behind me. "Who would that be?" I asked. "Your sponsor." "Marcello Bonaventure. You probably know him as Bonnie." I told him that I'd known a Bonnie or two, but they were all women. "That was a long time ago," said Ray. "You'd be forgiven for not remembering." He was still standing in front of me, which was blocking the northwesterly breeze and the start of the sunset, the set-piece moment on the Little Peconic Bay. Unique every evening, but more important, perishable, never to be seen again in quite the same way. "The other chair's still available," I said. "Take a load off." He took a single long stride over to the chair and eased himself down. The chair was low to the ground, so his knees rose to an awkward elevation. I wondered about getting him back out again. "How long ago was long?" I asked him. "About 40 years, give or take." "That's long enough." "Not even the same world, if you ask me. Might as well be another galaxy, and all in our short little lifetimes." Now that he was turned full to the breeze, I could see his whole face. He had the type of fair complexion that resulted in millions of little age wrinkles, especially around the eyes, with crow's feet that were more like the feathers of a tropical bird. Damaged capillaries blossomed on his cheeks and the tip of his nose. 40 years ago, I was still trying to get my degree," I said. "The only thing I remember about those days was reconciling computational fluid dynamics with repeated blows to the head." "I know, you were a boxer. I saw you fight." My mind played the little movie it often did, featuring images of the train ride down to New York from Cambridge, with my gym bag and textbooks, the smelly locker room, getting my hands taped, and listening to the trainer counsel me against exposing my midsection. The smoky arena filled with men and women aroused with bloodlust and the prospect of a big win on their bets, rarely fulfilled. I wouldn't have remembered a younger Ray Osmond. "How did I do?" I asked. "You won, on points. You were faster than the other guy, but lacked the power to put him away." That was a fair assessment of my boxing career in general. He likely didn't know the underlying issues, that the other guys were usually bigger and stronger, and I never stopped worrying about getting too close to a muscle-driven hook that would damage my brain, which was battered enough by the coursework up at MIT. "I hope I didn't lose you any money." "That I don't remember, though I didn't win much overall. Otherwise, I'd be sitting on my own waterfront lawn taking in the night." "No credit to the fight game for that," I said. "It's inherited. My old man bought the land for $500 and built the house out of scraps." "Like I said, a different galaxy back then." I took a pull from my aluminum tumbler before asking, "So what about Bonnie? What's he want?" "A conversation." "That's doable," I said. "Any idea about what?" "He doesn't think you want to talk about it. That's why I said I'd find you and ask. He didn't think you'd even be around the area, so I already proved him wrong on that count. Even minor victories can feel good. Can you give me a headline? I'll talk to anybody, but I'm curious." Osmond turned his head toward me, which caused the breeze to flutter his stringy hair back into his face. He withdrew a long-fingered hand from the pocket and pulled the hair out of the way. "He doesn't want to talk about it either, but I convinced him he should, if I made it easy for him." "Okay, I'm listening." "Your father." I went back to looking at the water and took a longer pull off the tumbler. The sunset had begun, a short-lived thing, but the first golden fuchsia rays slicing up from the horizon held some promise. A clump of puffy clouds off to the east had already begun to glow from the underside, a preview of coming events. "You're right," I said. "Not something I like talking about." "I still think you might want to talk to Bonnie." "Why's that?" "He was there when it happened." By it, I knew what he meant. It was when my father was beaten to death in a men's room at the back of a bar in the Bronx. I didn't know which boxing match of mine Ray had seen, but it would have been around the same time. It might have been the exact same time, since I was about to board the train back to Boston when I thought to call my mother to tell her I was still intact and in reasonable command of my faculties.